Hi, my name is Ilma and welcome to my channel. I've been posting Christian blogs, going 12 next month. Today I'm going to share Genesis 28 verses 18 to 22. Here's God's word. So early in the morning, Jacob took the stone that he had put under his head and set it up for a pillar and poured oil on the top of it. He called the name of that place Bethel. But the name of the city was Luz at the first. Then Jacob made a vow, saying, "If God will be with me and will keep me in this way that I go, and will give me bread to eat and clothing to wear, so that I come again to my father's house in peace, then the Lord shall be my God. And this stone which I have set up for a pillar shall be God's house, and of all that you give me I will give a full tenth to you." Genesis 28, 18 to 22. And here's the poem I wrote inspired by those verses. Jacob worships and vows at Bethel. After Jacob rested and dreamed of the ladder to heaven, he took that stone that he rested his head on. He set it up on a pillar and anointed it with oil. Then he called that place Bethel and made a vow. If God will be with him always and provide for all his needs, he will give a tenth of everything that he receives. Here's my essay. In this account, we get a glimpse of Jacob's acknowledgement and gratitude to the Lord who kept him safe and provided for him during his journey to go to his uncle in Padan Aram. What an assurance that was when he dreamed of the ladder to heaven and how the Lord promised him that he will always be with him until his covenant promise to his grandfather Abraham is fulfilled. Earlier, he just stole his brother's blessing and birthright, which led him to flee because of his anger, of Esau's anger and plot to kill him. I would imagine that there must be fear in him because we know that he is a tent dweller and not a hunter like his brother. It must have been a challenge to travel for him, and yet we see his obedience to his mother. First, even though he didn't think he would be able to follow her plan, he still honored her despite those fears. Because of such obedience, God spoke to him and reiterated his covenant promise to his grandfather Abraham. Reflection. Why is worship the right response to anything that we have received from God? Well, that says it in God's word that the Lord is looking for true worshipers who will worship him in truth and in spirit, and who will always be thankful for everything that they have received. So also in James it says that every good and perfect gift comes from above, from the Father who has no variation or shifting shadow. So if we do not give thanks, we are not acknowledging God's gifts to us. And so a lot of times when unbelievers make a big deal of the things they have or the things that they possess or the things that they're able to do, or talents or skills, because they do not recognize that there is a higher being who gave that gift to them. And that is very important to the Lord because that is a form of worship. That's exactly what Jacob did at Bethel, where he dreamed of that ladder to heaven, which is actually symbolic that that ladder is going to be through Jesus Christ, that ladder will be coming from his lineage as well. So it's important for us to recognize and have a thankful attitude. I remember in my younger days, because of a lot of trauma in my life, I was a very negative person. But when I started to count my blessings, that has changed. So I think God also changed the negativity to not focus on my circumstances, but to focus on the gifts that I'm receiving, no matter how little they are. So I encourage you to have that outlook of thankfulness and worship God with all the things that you have received. Thanks for watching. I hope you check my website at ilmaarts.com for artworks, photographs, and a copy of this blog. Please subscribe to my channel on YouTube. And if you haven't already, check over 3,000 videos I've done in the last going 12 years next month. So just type on Ilma on YouTube or Google search ILMA'S Poem Devotional. Have a wonderful day.